Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Intuitive Insights by Sensoray. I'm Sensoray, and today we're going to be doing a reading for Pisces for June 2019. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a oracle card for you guys. This is from the Flowers of Life oracle deck, and this will just give us some advice of what's kind of going on and what to be looking for in the month of June. In May, you guys were kind of coming out of the cold, finding love for yourself, new love in relationships, things like that. So let's see how far we've gotten and what June has in store for us. Angels and spirits, please give me some advice for my Pisces for the month of June 2019. What can angels and spirits help Pisces with the month of June to stay on their divine path? Please give me this card. Alright, guys. And so last month, it was my first time putting these channels on. And I went back and watched them. I was just actually watching them. And it was so funny. I was telling, just a girlfriend of mine, and then my guys, how it was so uncomfortable talking to a camera when there was nobody for sure I knew listening to it. So it made a big difference just from that month to this month, and feeling like even if it's one person I'm talking to, there's someone, because I'm not really somebody who just sits on camera. All right, guys, y'all spell up fast. And by the way, I'm a Pisces moon, so it's totally what was going on in my life. All right, guys. So our advice card was perfect. That's what it's called. I'm going to read this to you. Right here, right now, you are perfect. You are loved and oneness. The trick is to feel and know this. It is time to step into the path of self-discovery. Move into your center and heal all you are aware of at this moment, transforming these wounds into acceptance and peace. Then bring this love and acceptance to your outer world. No longer attached to the wounds that pushed your buttons, allowing you to be free of the pain. This is an ongoing unfolding of you. Each time you become aware of something that needs to heal, go back inside to your center. It becomes easier every time, and you may get to a place where you view this process as a way to love and accept something new about yourself. So yeah, guys, all right. So, like I said, last month, coming out of the cold, right? Whether you were finding new love in a relationship or you were just finding that love for yourself, which is first and foremost. We're now moving on, right? We're now at that moment of love and oneness, right? But like I said, the trick is to know you are. The trick is to, be fully aware of knowing the perfection in you. So we're all imperfectly perfect. Okay, so just saying no one's perfect. But with that, we're all perfect in our own right. We were made and designed exactly how we were supposed to be. For whatever job we take on, we were designed for that. If you're lucky enough and you're open to the signs and to the laws of the universe and the energy that just flows through everything, and you're open to that, and you, which Pisces are, we're very intuitive, you see and understand the way things work a little different, right? You get these little feelings and you have these dreams and sometimes downloads and visions. I mean, Pisces get these things. And we swim kind of our own direction. If everybody's going this way, we're kind of going this way. I always say, with Libra too, when they made us, they put a little gray goose or something in there. So we kind of go a little different way. But this is all about self-discovery. So we came out of the cold and we found that love for ourselves. We found that self-discovery. So now, like, let's be aware of that. All right? We know who we are. So what are we going to do about it? How are we going to put that out into the world? How do we want people to perceive us? You know, they talk about first impressions, right? First impressions are everything. I don't completely agree with that, because usually actually most of my closest friends, best friends, they didn't like me at first. And it wasn't anything that I did. It wasn't I was rude to them or whatever. My personality is just very strong. And it wasn't until they got to know me that we became close. And every one of my closest friends just felt weird about me at first. So first impressions, they're not everything. But how do you want people to perceive you? So for me, like personally, I would rather be complimented on my strength than something physical. Like, I want to walk into a room and I hold my head high, because the things I've been through in life and overcome, I feel like I have earned to walk with my head held high. I feel like I'm going to give you respect, and because that's what I want you to give me. And so even if it's a bit intimidating at first, it's still like, that's how I want people to perceive me, because when you go through things like that and you overcome things that are major, that, you know, break a lot of people, you should embrace those, because that's what in the end builds us. That's what makes us really who we are. And right now it's all about self-discovery. Like, you are finding out exactly who you are, and it's making you stronger. It's lighting that fire. It's making you passionate, and it's giving you that motivation to push you and drive you towards what you really want and what you want to be and who you want to be. And you know, it takes certain people longer. Some people can do it right away, but you know, this is great for Pisces, because you guys, you know, you went through it for a little while. I know, even as that being my moon sign, so my shadow side, I totally did. So I love seeing this for you guys. All right, so let's pull some tarot cards, and we'll see what kind of situations we have going on for the month of June 2019. Angels and spirits. Spirit guides and guardian angels, the beloved, and any ancestors we've had past life, please send me the messages for my Pisces for the month of June 2019. Please show me a situation, advice, messages, and an outcome card for the energies that will live around Pisces for the month of June 2019. Help me deliver the messages to Pisces to keep them on their path for the month of June 2019. And guys, I always shuffle a little bit before I record, but I just want you guys to see me shuffling on camera, so just so you know. Alright, a couple more and we'll cut it. Show me Pisces for June 2019. Alright. One thing I know for sure, you know, Pisces, you're working on yourself. You have been working on yourself for a while. And it's time. Like, it is that time. Alright, give me a situation for Pisces for the month of June 2019. Alright, there we go. First card out, Hangman. Okay? Major Arcana. So what are we waiting for, Pisces? What's going on? Give me some advice, an obstacle for Pisces for June 2019. What are we waiting for? Here we go. All right. We got the Knave of Wands, Page of Wands. Okay, this could be a fire sign in your life. Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. This is traveling. This is a journey, you know. There might be a journey that you're coming on. Somebody might be coming in your life, a fire sign, that bringing you some information where you might have to travel. All right, what do we get next? We got the Six of Wands. All right, more fire energy. This is all about victory, success. I'm gonna pull from the bottom of the deck, only card I pull, and we got the Strength card, guys. So this does represent Leo. The card is the number 8 card. She has the infinity sign over her head. This is all about taming that inner beast. Okay? So like I said, self-discovery, right? So I'm going to just kind of relate this to me for a minute. So Pisces being my moon sign, so my shadow side. So taming that inner beast, that is taming that shadow side, right? That dark side of you. Having control of it where you are the one that says when you're stepping into light and dark. When does that need to be shown to the world, right? And if you look in the back of this card, there's a castle. Well, what lives behind the castle walls, right? We have our guards. We have protection. We have family. We've got the tradition. We have royalty. You know, there's always a wall that surrounds the castle. You know, that wall is what you're having to break through to find out who you are, to have that self-discovery, to tame those emotions inside, right? To have that strength to encourage to move on and not be affected by the things that trigger that shadow side to come forth. And I think with Pisces, you know, it's a very emotional sign, water sign. It's easy for people to push those buttons. But right now, you guys are in a place where I think it's all about like you having that control. Like control. Nobody can treat you any way you do not allow them to. So if you're being treated bad, if someone is talking to you a certain way or treating you a certain way you don't like or whatever it is, you're allowing that. So at some point you have to like take responsibility for your part in that. Like, okay, this person's making me feel like this, but I'm allowing this because you have that free will to at any time step up and say like, hey, stand down. You're not going to talk to me like that. Or, you know, this is what I deserve. I have my self-worth and blah, blah, blah. But so I think that is what that Oracle card was talking about. So the situation being the Hangman, Major Arcana. Well, okay, like what did I just say? No one can treat you any way you don't allow them to. You're letting that happen. If you look at this card, he's tied up, but is he really tied up? At any moment, he can get loose. I mean, this is like a knot that a child tied. So he could slip out of that at any moment. And you see how right down here, there's like a light around his head. So, okay, I don't think it's necessarily being in stagnation. I think it's more about taking a moment, stopping, and observing. And that right there is what's going to light up that intellect, light up that mind to where you're like, oh, wait, yeah, hold on. I'm allowing this. oh, I forgot, I'm in control. This is my life. Wait a minute, I'm giving them my, my control. I'm letting them push my buttons. I got put out in the cold because I allowed myself to stay in a relationship like that, or to, whatever the situation may be. I'm at a job I hate because I won't leave. At the end of the day, we can always change the path we're going down. And I think that that's what that situation's about. That's what that Hangman card is about. It's about pausing for a moment to be enlightened, to be like reminded, like, okay, I've got to get out of the energy of coming out of the cold, because I did that. Like, I was in the cold, I'm coming out. All right? I'm out. Like, I'm warm. I'm good now. So what do I want to do now? Where am I going now? I've found that love for myself. I'm at a place of self-discovery. What do I want? Okay, and I think that's when that advice and obstacle card was the Page of Wands. And the wands represent fire, which is about like our spirit, our passion, our drive. So that's what you're pausing for. What do I want? So it doesn't have to be a fire sign in your life that is giving you a message, even though, that's what pages do. It's all about messages and things like that. But this could be you stepping in that energy and you being like, wait a minute, okay, I just got out of this crazy situation. I came out of that. Like, I'm dusted off. I cleaned myself up. I cleared my mind. I cleared all my chakras. I'm ready to move forward in life. So I'm at a place of self-discovery. Well, what am I discovering about myself? What did I discover about myself going through what I went through? Because when you go through the hard times, that is when you learn the most about yourself. Not that I want to see anybody go through hard times, but at the same time, it does make me look at them like excited for them, because I know where they're going. It's like, I know this is bad, but you'll see that this had to happen, because where you're going to end up, you had to learn this. Like, you had to grow in this way to be able to accomplish what you're about to take on. And I think that that's what this is. This is like you stepping into that energy of that, just being driven, passionate, just that spirit, like alive, finally after a long time. Because when you were out in the cold, like, that spirit was just, you wasn't taking from spirit and moving through life. You really had shut that off. And when you do that, you're moving at a third dimension pace, instead of living in the fourth dimension, where you live with higher powers and higher energies and higher spirits and things that are surrounding us every day, that are leading us in life. And I mean, it's things you don't see, but if you're open to them, you feel them, right? You get messages on songs, or you'll look across the street, there'll be a word that reminds you of something. It'll be something, colors, something will happen. And that's what's happening for Pisces, right? So you get that passion, right? You get that motivation. I think that, and then if you look in the back, there's a little mountain. This represents like the obstacles, climbing mountains, having to scale mountains to be able to get to that place you want to be at. But on top of his wand, there's leaves. That's growth. That's life right there. That's growth. Actually, in all of these, even the Hangman, look at the green in the picture. This is all growth. So even while you're taking that pause and saying, hold on, let me reflect, you're embracing the growth. Okay, and so by igniting that spirit, by, being aware that we are all living in this is a physical shell, and then there's a higher power. Everyone has this higher power, right? So when you gain that awareness, it helps you understand how you've made it through certain things and what's carried you. And look where it carries you. More fire energy. But this is to victory, success, triumph. And not alone. Not alone. Look, there's people that made it there with you. You have you didn't just win the battle, you won the war. There is a wreath. You're riding in glory right now. So June is going to be beautiful. Like, you stepped out of the cold, whatever happened, and I'm sure, guys, look, I know what happened to me, so I can only imagine. Whatever happened, you guys don't worry about that. Don't worry about how people look at you. Don't worry about what they said, what they think, any of that, because you are in your glory. Okay? You are riding, moving forward in your glory. Right to victory too, baby. And you're perfect. You are perfect right now. I bet you anybody who is involved in anything that put you out in that cold, that turnaround that they see that you've made, baby, trust me, they all come back around. They come back around. And then the energy around it, the strength. Have that strength. Have that strength, guys. You are moving forward. You are winning. Right now, you are winning in life. All of these things you're doing, everything you're doing, every time you stop to reevaluate and to observe, this is you winning. This is showing that growth, what you've learned, what you've gained. And you are moving straight to victory and in the winner's circle, right? This is a 6. 5 is change. You're past that. The change has happened, right? Now it's victory. All right, guys, so this was great. I'm so happy that this was kind of where you came out of May and going into June with, because it's finally at that place where you're moving forward. There's no more stagnation. There's no more going backwards. Like, you guys, you came out of that cold and you are like ready to go. Like, you have no time to waste. And I'm so happy to see you guys doing that. Yeah, please comment. Tell me what's going on. I like to see how this resonates with everybody. And like, share, subscribe. And until next time, peace.